Making some moves now. All right, let's be taking down some of this here. Let's go around. All right, Kurt's getting down this. I think we'll get some flowers over here. Oh yeah. There we got old Kurt rolling. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, looking good. I'm gonna keep this little azalea. Maybe put some coffee bags down up against the fence and just throw some seeds. We got these coming. All right, look, let's see that area. Got over here nice and organized. Good job, Kurt. Good work. Got under there, Lulo. All right, may use that wood to build shelves in that shed over there. Still got over here, we're gonna have to get all this black tarp down on the walls. This over here, be a lot of plants in that section. This will be the area for potting up and so on. Just bought these today. Sphagnum moss, perlite, other stuff in there. That'll be the area for potting. We got a pretty windy one here, so just a matter of getting it all together. We got Kurt moved all that brick today. Well, and then we got this sexy beast right here. He put my altar up. That's for honoring all the people that have come before. And then we got some art in the storage. This is the storage space. So all this will be for sale. A lot of nice things. This is gonna, these two doors will be the for the cabinets. And then people can make their own art with these frames. Come here, create. Oh yeah, there we go. Beautiful. So it's April 23rd or so. Moving some stuff, getting some stuff done. Hi, I'm Zach George. I'm a moron. And this is the beginning of Golcheh. And this is clearing away and trying to get rid of this. Here's what we got. No electricity, bunch of rain. This doesn't work because we got no electricity to it. Doors open. Beginning of a hole that's filling with water. Big fig tree. It's gonna be gone. Alright, so here we are after Drake dug like a madman this trench. Alright. We've got the incomparable Kevin Clough, amazing grower over here. We got Matthew, who's he's one of our novice folks. He's ready to learn. Look at this shit. We had to get a jackhammer, go all the way down here. All right, so here we are, sometime in March, I believe. Maybe March 26th. All right. So so here we are. We got a big old water hole. Remember, I was able to get all this metal off, but now I should probably sweep that up. Birds are happy here. They're coming. There's one. Down there. So this is when you walk. I think I got an idea inspired by this sitting up, Kai apple, to have some stacked cinder blocks, just with plants on them, make it easier to weed whack, get around. It's a cherry of the Rio, another Kai apple. All right, there's an update. 4:27. Walking in. We got all of this cleared. This is gonna be a nice little setup area. Got a number of the wonderful Kevin Clough, number of Anonas here. Like this. Excited to have him come back and see this beautiful Groomy Chama, I believe from Kevin Jones. Looks like it's setting some fruits. Yeah, there's a couple right now. Those sweet ladies. So as we go over here, these are all stuff that people still need to pick up. These plants, come pick your plants up, people. Beautiful fish by Adam Farrington. Wonderful chicken. Wonderful chicken. You can see we've moved the shed back here. And this is a little back area. Back here, it's where the water's gonna come on. All right, this is where the shed was. Nice little rose apple there from I think Hugh Lamb, that one was from, and then that one down there was from, I believe, Virginia Fruit Grower. Loquat from the lady on the west bank. Yeah, so we're getting some more stuff from Adam. Beautiful art there on the wall. And we've got all these beautiful signs thanks to Mr. Bucati, running all the way along, and we'll have all that kind of organized. Be here now. Even if you go, so this is a little more shady. This is where the little seedlings will live. We've got a bunch of these. Hello, Santa. Hello, Francis. All right, this is kind of fun. I'm gonna get some mosquito dunk back here, but all of these jabos, we got a little P-row. This P-row came, so I drilled a few holes down here so that it could still get some water, but not too much water. And I guess I just want to show a couple more things. So we'll have available online. This is nice. This is a fun little head full of holy basil. empty anything with water in it. Like that should be drilled or emptied or something. We've got protection here. Yep. All the way from Istanbul. Oh shit, that's the wrong key. Alright, so when we come in here, of course we have the altar to keep everything going. Okay. A lot of different art. Some of the wonderful from Miss Nancy, some beautiful earrings. All of this is available online. Alright, if you have any questions, you can just reach out to Golcheh. These are beautiful bags by Ari. Look at these, all hand sewn. Beautiful examples of little patchwork. There was one with guava, it might have got, oh no. This one I really love just because something I really like to grow near and dear to my heart, the guava. That's a pretty cool little one. Oh, and then one other thing I guess that I want to show you. Ari also has, we've got all these plants in the way. Ari also has some of these beautiful staghorn ferns. There's a few more up front, but it's all good in the hood. I'm gonna say thank you and goodbye. All right, Mother Mary, you ready to look at the guava? Right here we have a little Branca Brazil. That's from, I believe, Marcos. And then, I don't remember what these ones are next to it. Look, they got a nice, more of a yellowish stem that's a little bit smoother. So we'll try to figure out what those are. And then we got Psidium Guayaba Verde from Helton. That came from Mr. Giant Gecko. And then we've got Verde Semi-Dwarf. That also came from Giant Gecko there. Over here, these came from Marcos originally. Camino Laguna, started 817. There's a white Mexican cream from him as well. More Camino Laguna. Egypt guava, they call it, came from Trade Winds. They don't get too specific. A Lucknow also from Trade Winds. Another Lucknow from Trade Winds. Lucknow. It's all from seed. And a Raca Una from Marcos. I have some big ones of those. I believe that's Psidium myrtoides is what it's called. We've got Branca Brazil, little 617, full yellow Amarello here. Down in here, we've got, that's not a custard apple. This is a strong one. It came up right away, pretty strong Brazilian guava from Trade Winds. So I think that's Guyanese when I looked it up. Not many of them came up. There's another strong Lucknow that came up sooner than the rest. I'm looking for the strong characteristics. These little bad boys I got from Logie's. These are the Nana Dwarf Guava, supposed to fruit in a pot. Maybe we'll start taking cuttings from those, get some of those. All right, so we're gonna go over here where we've got a number of, this is a fun one, and I've got some bigger ones too. This is Glenn's Mystery. Called Mystery because what happened is Glenn ordered a bunch of guava from Miami Fruits years ago. He just put all of a whole one into a pot, gave me a few of those pots, and I just planted them in the ground. and the ones that survived. And of those, some of them were right about ready to make fruit at a garden at a school I worked at called Mystery. That garden was going to be torn up, so before the fruit even ripened, I was able to pick a number of them, and I just let them rot. I fermented them, and so some of them are called Rotted Mystery, some of them are called, anyway, these are Glenn's Mystery. I'm excited to see what they become. Over here we have Castro Red. This is the most popular of my guavas, the ones I have actually fruited from seed, brought back from Cuba, a giant smashed softball size, if you will, red guava. Here's a air layer of one of those from last year. I think it should be fruiting and flowering. This one's from Urban Roots. Before they went out of business, they sold a few guava, you know, probably cut from somebody in Florida. Then we have a bunch of these little white Mexican cream, started on 617. So see, some just grow quicker than others. These are all from Marcos, I believe. This is Psidium striatalum. This is from your boy Brian over at Rain Dance Seeds. And then these Brazilian guava, also from Tradewinds. So those Brazilian guava, I'm hoping they're Guyanese. I mean, I don't know what else they could be. That's the only thing it says there. Some more little baby Castro Reds, white Mexican cream, smaller ones. Psidium sartorium from Rain Dance. It looked like your boy Fancy Plants did a video on that, and he seemed to like the flavor. We've got a Bangkok, a giant Bangkok. This was labeled as from Tradewinds. More Branca Brazil from Marcos. A Roca de Campo. Of a bunch of seeds, only, look, you can see only 3 of those survive, so we're gonna keep all those. Big Thai white, more of those. We've got these little reddish apple guava from Marcos, and Egyptian guava from Tradewinds, white Mexican cream. We go over here, more Lucknow 49 from Tradewinds, small little babies. Over here, let's see, what are these? Camino Laguna from Marcos. All right, that one has a little strawberry tree in it. These are cool. I don't know if anybody's grown these. They aren't guava. I think they call them governor's plum. I brought some seed from Miami Fruit and Spice Park. Now, while we're here, we might as well look at some of these big boys. So this is the Psidium robustum, also sometimes called banana guava. That was from seed from Rain Dance. Has not yet flowered or fruited. I'm hoping it might this year. This is Psidium myrtoides, I believe. I just took a bunch of cuttings of both of these. And this is another, yeah, Psidium robustum. You can see the difference in their leaves. And then this Psidium myrtoides, I did take some cuttings from that. Might as well show you, say hi to Frank and Santa. Might as well show you those cuttings. You can tell me what I did wrong. So I just cut them. I hit them with a little bit of rooting hormone, the ones that people use for weed, the purple one. Put them in some perlite, or not perlite, sorry, vermiculite and sphagnum. I've just got them sitting here in the shade, and we'll see. We'll give it some time. All right, so let's keep going. Let's look at some more guava. We have over here, this is Lumbini from seed collected in Buddha's birthplace in Nepal. Lumbini. This is a nice Mexican yellow. I call it Urquat. This is fruited for me. It originally came from Home Depot, believe it or not, and it had a nice little yellow fruit, a bunch of them actually. This in here in this tree pot is another air layer of the Castro Red. Here's another air layer of the Castro Red. More of those. It's another one of those from Urban Roots. This is a Oncidium angulatum from Virginia Fruit Grower. Grows a lot of good plants. This is another air layer there. This is one I'm just really excited, obviously, because it's flowering, fruiting. This came from Mr. Kaiser on the West Bank. And so when I took these air layers, I mean, look at this one. It was just small on a nice, big, healthy stem. So that's what I'm going to try to do, I think, with these. And it sat in water. It sat in water inside the greenhouse. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. These are some bigger reddish apple guava from Marcos. Down here we got some smaller reddish apple, some Castro white. That's just a white version. It came from plants right next to each other of what I call the Castro Red. Here is full yellow Amarillo. That's from Marcos. More Castro White, Castro Red, Castro Red, Castro Red. More of that Urquhart yellow there. Some Glenn's Mystery. Excited to see what this Glenn's Mystery is going to be. So anyway, what I've learned is this, that once we can get these guava fruiting and take air layers of them, we can continue with that species. I'm super excited because I have so many of these guava seedlings. I'm glad I planted them. I got even more in the greenhouse. I'm about to get some Scions from Kevin Reamer. Anyway, Kevin R out there in Santa Barbara. He also does. I'm very lucky and blessed to have all these guys from the Tropical Fruit Forum who grow so many cool things. And so this week was all guava. Next week we'll do all Eugenia. Have a beautiful day. Here we are, May 7th. I think by this entrance, maybe we'll just start with right here from the door over there. Put down some coffee bags, weed whack it real nice. Maybe put down some holy basil, some chaya, little moringa, and then slowly go this way, a little bit at a time, little by little. We've got a small problem here with all this water. So if we could build up this a little bit more and get some rocks and things growing in there, I think that would be helpful. Maybe a little pathway coming along here. Maybe start right here as well, just like on the outside, weed whack some coffee bags. Slowly manageable. Something when you walk in, it looks real nice right away. These are kind of pretty. Bottles found while digging, and even, you know, some cool stuff we got in there. Like to keep all this a part of it. Keep all the stone we find while moving it a part of it. The shed's been moved back, you can see. Alright. So I want to think about all this space is going to be gone basically. And I'd like this space back here to be more of a potting space. It's got to be organized, obviously. It's got to look a little bit nicer. And so it's possible. Just got to make it happen. Put down some of that black plastic, decide where to plant things, where to let things grow, and where not to let things grow. Here's a pretty cool thing that I realized just how much better it seems like these Eugenia and even this lemon drop mangosteen, this Garcinia seems to do here in the shade. Gotta plant some more of that. Some white mulberry that's coming up. This is nice from Mr. Kaiser. We'll plant that on Front Street. And this little corner. The rain's coming for us now. Time to get under the... All right, I told a guy I would look at the Eugenias today. So here, Eugenia roja. This has been going for a while. Look how small it is though. The new growth doesn't look great. Kind of woody stem. All right, but then we go in here. I think this is a Zills. No, this is one that came through in a winter near the pond over on Lesseps. Regular Suriname cherry. Nice little flavor, but this may be a little more cold hardy. All right, this, that's not a Eugenia, that's Psidium myrtoides, purple forest guava. Here, Suzanne Patanga. This is from trying to get stuff that's more acclimated. This was taken to one that was never watered, never anything done with it, over on what we call Needle Street. You can see do not sell, because we're trying to acclimate them to New Orleans. This is Cedar Bay cherry, if I know that handwriting right. Well, I don't see any handwriting, but I believe that's from Virginia Fruit Grower or Kevin Jones, one of them. All right, Thomas and Livingston. This is another one. This is from Florida, from Lys's dad. This is another one from my plant. This is a black Suriname putting on some new growth from Trade Winds. All right, here we go. We got Eugenia speciosa, which is not supposed to be that flavorful. And then these do not look very good. Chapada diamantina. These are nice. This is from Patanga, from Casimir's plants here in New Orleans. We got here, this is from Brazil, from Casey. I believe the more genetics we can have, the better. I'm not sure where the heck this little guy came from. This one is definitely a Zills that was started a while ago, putting on some new growth. Should flower in the next couple of years. Another Zills right here, putting on some new growth. We got all kinds of little guys here that need to be cleaned up. Call this one Katy Red. It's from Marcos. Sweet Red Junin, I believe, from an area called Junin. But look at how, small these are, how fragile they are. It just takes so long. This was started 6/17, and I don't generally feed anything. I may start using a little bit of alchemized compost from Yadia, but other than that, I don't do much. Just let them kind of go. I don't like them to be dependent. If they're dependent on something, it's like a baby born on crack. More Katy Red. This one, I don't know why I put in a pot so big, but this is taking forever. 513, I think that's of 23. Eugenia capora. Here's another one of those, made it through the frost near the pond. Another black Suriname from Trade Winds originally. Another black Suriname back there. This is, I just think, a seedling from mine. This was labeled Eugenia patrici from Trade Winds. So maybe somebody can tell me. You see that new growth? I've been told it's not, but you know, was labeled as Eubea. I don't think that's the case. Another Frosty Pond one. This Eugenia Roja is looking a little better here. This I'm excited about. I think this looks pretty good. Eugenia Azeda, 513 of 23, I believe. Another Speciosa. Here's a Ubijay from Virginia Fruit Grower. I believe it did flower, didn't hold any fruit this year though. Here's a bunch of Black Cherry of the Rios. I got a bunch of those in little pots. Those originally I believe came from Marcos. This is a little seedling, I don't know from where. Here, this guy coming up, the tall one, this is Daisy Blasta. And I'll be curious, I thought about keeping 2 of these right at my entrance. They're supposed to be good down to 14 degrees. These came from Adam over at Flying Fox. We've got another in the corner, a Garnet Cherry of the Rio Grande, I believe from Kevin Jones. Another Zills that I started from seed right there. I don't know what the heck this is. I believe this came from Brad Mayu years ago. He didn't know what it was either. It hasn't grown much. This Putanga tuba is flowering and it looks like holding some fruit for the first time. This is the Topaz. Paid a good chunk of money for this from I believe Virginia Fruit Grower. This is a Patomba that Lonnie brought back from Texas. And then a Cherry of the Rio Grande here that Lonnie brought back from Texas. That Garnet actually did flower and fruit for the first time. We've got a Patomba from Virginia Fruit Grower, a couple of small ones of those babies. Another Eugenia Kepura. I'm gonna put this back where it just gets a bunch of shade and see what happens with it there. Some red Groomy Chama, little seedlings. And I guess the other Eugenia I have must be over at the house. We might have some seedlings over here. So yeah, we got to go and clean this up. We got a bunch of these, are just so slow growing. I brought them out in the shade and they seem to be like the shade a little better, but a lot of weeds in there I'll cut out. But that's the Eugenia Raponda. And then the Putanga Small Sweet Black. I believe this is the same one that Brad Mayo was growing, that went all the way through that cold snow and produced a bunch of fruit this year. So I have a bunch of seeds from his. I'm going to start. This is a Daisy Blasta, started on my birthday from seeds from Acheta Domestica over there in Florida. And then I have a number of other Eugenia in the greenhouse that I'll show you in a couple days. In addition, here's a nice little Cherry of the Rio Grande, a seed from Brad. But I like to get stuff that's fruited here and take seed from that and then take seed from that. I believe it gets healthier. This is from a guy who sent it to me for free, really nice. A guy named John Marshall sent me a few seeds of Cherry of the Rio Grande. And what else do we have? That's really it out here on the, well, let's go. We got a few over here, but there's seedlings from what I grew. All right, so there's a big old one. I'll start grafting other ones onto that. And I still need to show you the 4 that I got that I grafted up from Kevin Reimer out there, Reimer out there in California. There's one. You know, I've sold a lot of these seedlings too, so a lot of them are gone. There's one. Here's another Putanga. It just, man, it looks like there's some bugs in there eating. Oh, they're enjoying it. Beetles. Hopefully they're pollinating too. But yeah, This is what we've got out here. And so we've also got a bunch of stuff in the greenhouse. Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Nassim.
And we're builders. Time for building. Okay, come on, builder. Wait, let's be careful not to get the We call this state-of-the-art construction. Yeah, buddy. All right. Yeah! Miss Power.
It's very simple. You gotta put it up.
Here, get that. Get that in with me. All right. All right, let's all put it over. Come on. Let's throw it. Ready? Show how strong you are. I'll do it with you. Ready? All right. All right, and this is our professional. Look, here we are. I mean, not everybody knows about perfection, but we do, because we are builders. Hey there, builder Nasim. Tell us a little bit about your building experience.
That looks perfect.
Oh yeah.